Ladies and gentlemen, it's yet another interesting Saturday night, and here we are at the Alternative Voice. I'm your host for tonight, Clever Soloj. Join us live on Facebook, YouTube, and other platforms. How is your evening if you're in Kenya? How is it so far? How are you holding up? This is the Alternative Voice, and we are here for our normal shows every Saturday night. It's 8:04 p.m. East Africa time. And here we are with our guest. And even before we get the guest online, we would just like to know, where are you watching us from? Kindly note us on Facebook and YouTube at The Alternative Voice, at Clever Soluch. Yes, that's where we are live now from Nairobi, Kenya. And our guest will be joining us live from a place that she'll mention. So the lady who is joining us tonight is Amanda. Amanda is from, I don't know whether to say she's from the UK, she's from Zimbabwe, but she's a 23-year-old media personality and a model. She just turned 23, and she's here to talk to us about her story. She has an amazing story. Apart from being a media personality, she has so many accolades to herself. So joining us tonight is Amanda. Is it Amanda Ngcono?
Amanda Ngcono, yes.
Ngcono. I'll have to stick to Amanda. Amanda, welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much for bringing me on to your amazing show. It's such an honor and it's such a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you very much for accepting the invite all the way from the UK. I know some might be asking me how did I meet Amanda? And even before we start, Amanda, tell our viewers, who is Amanda?
Hi guys, hi viewers, to anyone who's watching wherever you are in the world. Happy Saturday. My name is Amanda Ngcono, and I am from the beautiful country of Zimbabwe. But I am currently living here in the UK, and I have been since I was about 3-4 years old. I'm 23 years old. I am a model, a media personality. I do radio. I have a foundation called Mbowani Foundation. I do beauty pageants. I represent Zimbabwe all over the world at different conferences. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. And I'm a student as well. I'm in my final year of my degree. So yeah, that's me.
Interesting. Amanda, which degree are you taking? Is it still health education, or you went into modeling?
No, it's health education. Yeah, it's health
Interesting.
education.
So where you are currently, and you are a media personality. I don't
Yeah.
know how that has been with you also being a student. So how was it? How did you start? How did your media journey start? At what age? In which place on earth? Was it in I almost said Nairobi, Kenya. No. Have you been to Nairobi?
I haven't yet. That's definitely somewhere I'll be heading soon. I'll be coming soon.
You should come to our headquarters as the Alternative
Definitely.
Voice one of these fine days. So
Definitely.
tell us about yourself. How did you start this journey?
So I started my media journey when I'm 23, so I probably started when I was about 19. About 19, I started with a show called Girl Talk, which I used to do online on social media. So it was a conversation for young women, young African women, especially Zimbabwean women, to have open conversations where they can, talk about what they feel. We can talk about issues such as marriage, such as career, such as education, such as sex, such as health, anything of that sometimes as young women we are too shy to talk about in an open space. So I created a platform and it was called Girl Talk, hosted by Amanda, me, and I was the host. And I would have a different guest members and would have a whole conversation. So I think that's where my media journey first really kicked off properly, um my show that I started. And then after I did the show, I got more into the presenting. So I've hosted the events, I've spoke at events, I've been an MC, I've been a presenter, I've been a host. So that's where it kicked off. So once I had started the show on social media, I went into the presenting side, and then I got into the radio side. So the radio side started maybe November 2019. So I haven't been on radio for a while, but the journey of the radio is something I've always wanted to do because I love entertainment, I love radio, I love TV, I love music. So I've hosted very big music events here in the UK, like Zimbabwean ones. So when I started the radio, I was like, I didn't know what to do really, but luckily I'm working with a team, and the guys I work with, Avusa and Terry, that's the two co-hosts as well on the show called Friday Night with ATM. And we've been doing that since the end of 2019. And that's literally how my journey started. So I've done radio, I've done a bit of TV, but I'm hoping to get more into TV. I did a special with some of my friends on Vox Africa TV. We just talked about Zimbabwean culture and what is our culture, what's Zimbabwe, what is being a Zimbabwean woman. So we did a TV slot last year, February. So yeah, that's literally my media journey up till now.
Up to now, Amanda,
Yeah.
I don't know if you had an opportunity, you being a health education student, and currently you are on your final year. I don't know
Yeah.
how it has been managing between this media journey. Is it something that you do full time or part time? Or because I understand in some of the news websites in the UK that I've gone through, you are a full-time student. So how is
Yeah.
it having all these things on the side?
It's not easy. It's definitely a journey. It's definitely a lot of work. So I do say I do full-time student and I do full-time the media because it's what I love. It's what I do. It's where everything starts for me. So the radio, the presenting, the different shows, the lives, the hosting. I would say I do it both. I think for me it's more of a juggling game. So I make sure I schedule everything. So when I'm working, I'm working. When I'm doing my studies, I'm doing my studies. When I'm doing the radio, I'm doing the radio. And I try and make everything balance out because it's not easy. I'm running from one place to another place to studying to working, back to the radio to another show. So it's not easy, but I guess I do
How
both
many
full
shows
time.
how many shows do you have currently?
So currently it's just the radio show that I do. It's mainly the radio show that we do. So it is literally just the one show, which is every Friday. So for now, but then again, I do other lives. So I do Instagram lives, I interview people. And then sometimes outside the radio, I also do interviews with other artists on separate days, excluding the radio. So it's a balancing game, I guess.
Amanda, you are an advocate for women, and there's a blog about you that you have. It was titled "Women Supporting Women" or "Woman Supporting Women" in
Yeah.
Zimbabwe. I know there are
Oh
some
yeah.
who are watching, and our audience right here in Kenya, we can see we have Mercy CI, who was our guest here last week. We have Paul Kinoth here, we have Caroline Omolo, we have Alfo Armless, we have Charles Musembi, Maloba
Oh wow.
Muganda, Caroline Omolo tuned in from Nairobi, Kaeka Cedric, one of our hosts here, awesome conversation. I'm following Bendeta Kieti, tuned from Matu. Matu is a town like Manchester now,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
not Manchester. Yes, any other town that you can that you can think about. That's Matu. Matu. Then Nairobi is the capital. We have Dache Frederick, Joshua Okoth, who is also live with us. Millicent Ochieng, our strategic communications lady in the alternative voice. And so all these people here are watching, and they are here. Frimpong Nicholas is watching, and
Amazing,
these people really
amazing.
want to get. You are a lady and you started the foundation. And if I can get the name of the foundation right, it's called Ngcono
Yeah.
Mbowane.
Yes, 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 you got it right.
Yes, Mbowane Foundation. So
Yes.
what pushed you to ensure that there are these ladies, and you also how to link it with the, how is it called? How to link it with the show that you initially started. Did you start it
Yeah.
while in the UK or in Zimbabwe? The Girl Talk.
The Girl Talk. So the Girl Talk show started here in the UK because I live here in the UK. So I've been here since I was a small child. So everything that I've done really is been done in the UK. So when I started Girl Talk, it originally started in the UK, but obviously I've took it overseas. But yes, Girl Talk originally started here in the UK, Manchester.
Okay, what pushes you so much to ensure that the girl child or a woman in a society as a voice, and how have you advocated for this? Because many a times we've seen and we've read your followers online. We've seen in 2018 your Young Achiever Award. At 2018, were you 19 years old or you were just 18?
I think I was 19, 2018. I was 19.
Yes, and
Yeah.
at that tender age, you already had this great following and great impact back in your home country.
Yeah.
What what makes you do such acts to the people back at home?
I think with me being a Zimbabwean, being an African woman, being from Africa, being a young African woman, a young Zimbabwean woman, the love that I have for Africa and the love I have for Zimbabwe has always been in me. You know, my family has does so much, and I've had that home training of, like, giving back to people that have less than you, and always making sure that everyone around you is cared about, is loved. And so when I was opening my foundation, to me, building Africa is one of the biggest things, and one of the things that I can achieve in my lifetime. Making sure I give back to my motherland, is the most important thing to me. Making sure that I leave a positive legacy. I feel like we're all on this earth to have a purpose. God gives us a purpose. I don't know people who are religious and people who are not, but I feel like we're all put on this earth for a purpose. Sometimes we might not know our purpose, or might not find it, but we all have a purpose. And I think sometimes God aligns my purpose with Africa, and aligns my purpose with giving back and with women and community. And so that's how I started my foundation, is literally just giving back, because I know there's people in a worse position than I am. There's people that are not eating. There's the water situation. There's a domestic violence cases. There's pregnancy. There's so much that goes on in our beautiful motherland of Africa. And sometimes I feel like we don't address these issues openly, or we struggle to address these issues. So with me, I just wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. I just wanted to be that voice that can be advocate for women, advocate for men, advocate for community, advocate for people who are not in the positions to be able to advocate for themselves. So I think that kind of what drove me to start a charity, to start a foundation, and that's how it literally just started. And the
Amanda,
love I have.
If I can get to know, I don't know if it's right to say this. Africa
Mhm.
has been seen as a continent, and I know some in the country where you are view Africa as as a country. Africa as one place where they say Zimbabwe is in South Africa part, and
Yeah,
Zimbabwe is attached to South Africa. Kenya and Tanzania are one. I understand last year you were in Tanzania for
I
the
was.
United Nations model, and we'll
Yeah.
talk more on that. How can you ensure, or how have you ensured that the image that is outside there for Africa is different? We are not seen as the hotbed of terror, hotbed of violence, and the epitome of poverty. How,
Yeah.
what have you done to change that narrative in the UK? Because I understand you are the current Miss Global.
Zimbabwe.
Let me get it right. Miss Global, Miss Zimbabwe, UK.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. How have
I
you
think
changed the narrative?
I think you're right about the world, especially the outside world, right? They see Africa as a country. So everyone just sees Africa as one country, where it's actually a continent. There's 52 countries within Africa, if I'm correct. And so the world just sees us as one place. So I think with me, I've tried to always define as how many different parts. There's so many different parts in Africa. I went to Tanzania. It was totally different to how Zimbabwe is, but it's still Africa. Our culture is different, and the way we do things is different, but it's still Africa. And just trying to put Africa in a positive light. Like you said, the world sometimes puts Africa in a very negative light. You see the adverts on TV, you see the poverty, you see the way they try to portray it. But if you actually see Africa for the way it is, Africa is just the most amazing place on this earth. So I think it's just trying to shine the light to show people of how beautiful our country is, how rich our country is, how we're so cultured, how we have that thing of ubuntu, that humanity within us, that we love each other, that we care for each other. But sometimes the world likes to put us in a very negative light, and sometimes I think it's up to us to show the world that we have this positive light for us, and this is our Africa, this is our motherland, and no one can ever take that away from us. So I think
Yeah.
even like with the Miss Zimbabwe, just showing people how beautiful Africa is and how much there's a lot to do. Even though there's a lot to do, we struggle with certain topics and certain departments we're struggling with Africa, whether it's clean water, whether it's the money situation, whether it's whatever. There's still other parts of Africa that our culture is so rich. The way we do things, the way we care for each other, our history is amazing. If you look back at our history, there's just so many kings and there's so many queens. So it's just showing Africa and showing it in a brighter light, I guess.
Amanda, and I must commend you and the team at the Friday night with the ATM. You
Thank you.
play African music. And
Definitely.
shout out to the two gentlemen who are always with you every Friday night. You
Shout
do
out
amazing
them,
job
yes.
because our music is sweet. Our music is just awesome. And so, if you're joining us live on Facebook or on YouTube, this is the Alternative Voice, and tonight we have the media story too by one Amanda Ngcono. Yes, founder of Mbowane Foundation, Ngcono Mbowane Foundation. Yes, a charity foundation that she's handling. And so there are several viewers who are live with us tonight, and we have comments. So we'll be taking this break to go through the feedback that we're having online so that we can get to answer. There are those who are asking questions. You'll get to answer them after this. So if you can get the comments running on the screen as we get them. Alex Onsase, thank you very much for being here. Benedetta Moeni, thank you for tuning in. Millicent Ochieng, thank you very much for being part of this great discussion here tonight that we're having with Amanda Ngcono, right from the other part of the world. She's in the UK. So if you can get the comments coming through, and you can also suggest to us who do you want next on this show, and how can we help improve ways of communication around us? How can we promote a positive image of our beautiful continent Africa and our beautiful country Kenya? And even those watching from Zimbabwe, you can check in and share with us. If you're in the UK, I understand it's 6:20 p.m. That's
Oh yeah.
GMT, right?
Yes, GMT time, yeah. So you're 2 hours
Yes,
ahead, yeah. So 6, 7, 8, yeah, you're 2 hours ahead.
amazing. We have Joshua Koth, and he's saying, I'm in the show. Dache Frederick
Wow.
locked in, and that's tuned, I guess, from Migori County. Josephine Kieti, tuned from Nairobi. And there are some questions which are coming through. Don, if you can get them. Bendetta Kieti, tuned from Matu. Thank you very much, Bendetta, for always being here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. We have this question from Edwin Ouma.
Yeah.
He was one of our guests last year, and he's saying, kindly talk of how poverty is fundamentally sexist and girls from poor background have to really break their back to make it through. Amanda, if you got that question.
Yes. Hi, Edwin. Thank you so much for your question. So, poverty in general is just one of the worst things we face as a world. To think that there's other people less than us, there's people that literally don't have bare minimum, there's people that have nothing. But I do understand that. I get the point where you say it definitely does affect young girls, because if you look at studies now, not studies, if you look at more recently, how more and more young women are having to literally get themselves in a certain position and do certain things to break out of poverty. There's an article that I was reading, was it yesterday or the day before? There's the rise of women, of especially young women, having to go out and sell themselves and sell, kind of to earn money and to kind of break out that poverty. And that breaks my heart every time I read stories like that, and I see things like that. It just goes to show that we've still got a long way to go, as a world, and especially as a continent, in the way we view women and the way we put pressure on women, and especially, like you say, women really break their backs. If you look in our history and look in African continent, even in just general, women are always, doing as best they can, but sometimes they end up having to put themselves in certain positions to kind of break out of poverty and to kind of, be there for the mother, be there for the father. If you're the only girl in your family and your mum and dad are a lot older, your mum and dad are not well, you're going to go out as a young woman and do what you need to do to kind of bring the money home, to bring the food home. So I understand that definitely as a society and as a world, we've got a long way to go in protecting our young women and protecting girls, especially because I feel that if we don't, there's going to be a rise in numbers of young women getting themselves in more and more in tricky positions. And that's my biggest worry, I think, for our current world is if we don't start protecting our women properly and start getting our girls into more better positions and looking after them the way we need to be, where are we going to be in the next 5 years? I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Amanda, for that elaborate explanation. And we have other questions coming through. There's one from Edwin again, if you can get that. It's not a question, but it's just a comment. If you can get it about Africa can't be beautiful and free when we still need travel visas to move from one country to another. Much still needs to be done. And it's true, Amanda. I don't know, when last were you in the home country? Because I've seen a number of your photos when you're meeting young boys.
So the last country I was actually in, which is not mine, so I was in Tanzania last year, September, but last year, January, I was actually in Zimbabwe. So I do definitely agree with you that Africa, we've got a lot to do, and I always like to put the positives, but there's also sides that we need to be realistic. Africa has a long way to go in terms of things like freedom of movement in between countries, the way we see each other as countries. We need to be starting to do more as sometimes I feel like we separate ourselves. So I'd be like, oh, I'm from Zimbabwe, you're from Kenya, you're from Tanzania, and we're always separating ourselves. Where I think we need to be moving in the direction of we are actually coming together, as different countries to make Africa, because we can't build Africa in one country can't build Africa on its own. You know what I'm saying? So I feel definitely there's still a lot that we need to do, but I'm optimistic. Maybe just because I have a positive mindset, but I'm very optimistic that it can be done. But it's definitely a group collective thing.
It's something that should seriously be looked into among other issues that are in Africa. And Amanda, if you have your platform, and that's why we are here today on your media story, and that's
Yeah.
our second episode that we have here. If you have the opportunity within your reach to ensure that you advocate even for some of the activities other than the girl child. There's a comment by Millicent Chieng, if you can get it, that came earlier. And she's saying she's happy. She's happy that you are here representing, enjoying
Thank
the show.
you.
Thanks for standing for the girls, Amanda. So
Oh,
these are the
thank you
individuals
so
who really
much.
they're into the girl child issues, and I know there's one that is always neglected. And if
Yeah.
a hand can be given, can be lent outside there for this boy child, something can be done. And other than that, Amanda, if you're doing the great job on Thursday, other than being an entertainment show that you
Yeah.
do every Friday night, uh, given a chance to talk freely. I don't know if you have that freedom of expression in your media where you are, and what key issues can you address from Africa?
So even and we are lucky enough to have a freedom of speech. We do obviously are very we're not we speak from what we need to speak about. Obviously, we're conscious to not cause any harm or something, but we do have the freedom of speech within our show. So we do touch on many different topics within our show. We touched on the girl child. We touched on the hunger issues, the clean water issues, the petrol issues, the money issues, the government issues. We've touched on that on the show, and we keep touching on them. And they are topics that we need to keep talking about week in and week. And we try to bring them on the show as much as we can to raise awareness. Because I always say, if we don't talk about it, who's going to talk about it for us? We need to be able to bring awareness to these issues like clean water, issues like the hunger situation, issues like in unemployment is a very, very high percentage within my motherland. Unemployment of a lot of people are struggling to get jobs. A lot of people are struggling to even get minimum wage. A lot of people are not getting wages. There's not a lot of money. Petrol is an issue. Clean water is an issue. So I think them are the big issues that not even just Zimbabwe faces, but a lot of other African countries face, where it's unemployment, where it's mental health. I always talk about another topic which I always think that we always forget to talk about is our healthcare system, but also our mental health care as well. I feel that's a topic in Africa that we neglect quite a lot, and I feel there's a lot more that we need to do to kind of address the issue of mental health. Because as I don't know about you, but I'm seeing there's a number of mental health cases and stories that I keep seeing again and again on social media, similar cases of young women, young men, taking their lives, and young men and women suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety. And I feel as a continent, we need to start moving forward of having these open conversations about this topic, because if we don't, I feel that we've still got a long way to go as well.
True, we still have a long way to go, and it's the right time for us to bring the message home to every person who is watching us tonight. And this is the alternative voice. Amanda is here, an advocate to women and girl child, who is also doing great things in the UK and also helping other women back in our home country, and that's Zimbabwe. And that's why I said Zimbabwe meets Kenya. We are here, and apparently, if you're Kenyans and you're watching this, you should be motivated. We at one point we thought that it's Kenya that we only experience these issues. So it's something that is world over. It's something that we should really take into consideration. We have all those people who are tuning in. There are questions from we have Alex Onsase. Alex Onsase, if you can get his topic, women empowerment increases the chance of domestic violence. Okay, that's another interesting topic that we should be having, Amanda. And on your media story, surprisingly, your media story has come along with so many topics, and we've tackled empowerment, and we are here with mental health issues. And here we are with another question from Alex. Women empowerment increases the chance of domestic violence. Is it true, or only for controlling women in Africa to stand up?
Hello, Alex. Thank you for your question. I will try my best to answer it. So with women empowerment increasing the chances of domestic violence, I can't lie to you, I'm not sure. I can't say yes or no, it doesn't. But if you look into our African culture and you look the way the structure of the man and the woman within the household, you will always see the woman's always kind of been taught to kind of take the back seat. The woman's kind of always been taught to be the quieter one, to be the more of less the lead, submissive, So I think when women are now coming up and being the loud and being the alpha, I think sometimes it can cause a bit of tension within the household. It can cause a bit of an imbalance. But I don't think it should be. It should be something that we're embracing as a culture, to say, you know what, women are actually, it's not us. We're not coming here to overthrow the man. We're not coming here to wipe out the man. We're coming here as women to say, do you know what? There's certain issues that go on within our culture or society of the world that we're not going to stand for anymore. And we want to be open, and we're not here to kind of, degrade the man or anything like that. We're actually we want to uplift everyone, but for us to uplift everyone, women need to also be included in that conversation. So when I do understand from that point of view that sometimes in the household, if it's always been the male and the female, and the male's always been the alpha male, and the woman's now coming up saying, you know what, I want a bit more of the voice, I want to go out and do more stuff, it can cause a bit of an imbalance. But I don't think that should stop us from raising our voices. You know what I mean? I don't think it should kind of silence us. It should make us more like, you know what, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep raising my voice. Hopefully that, the more we do it, the more everyone in society understands why we're doing it, So I hope that again answers your question.
Great, Alex. Hope you have that. And Alex is there again, tuned from Nairobi. Amanda is beautiful.
Thank you, Alice Nyabona. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Amanda, and we still continue with the same comment. Amanda, do you know Donnell Mangena? Zimbabwean youth are inspiring us.
I think it's Donnell, the one that sings, the one that won The Voice. If you're talking about that Donnell, then yes, I've seen his videos. He's very, very cool. So I think we must be talking about that Donnell. But yeah, he's an artist here in the UK, if I'm correct.
Birds of the same feathers.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your lovely comment, Alex. It's much appreciated.
Okay, great. And we have the next comment. If you have Bendetta Mueni, who is tuned. Thank you very much, Bendetta. Frimpong.
Hello.
Frimpong, Nicholas. It's so sweet to be an African, Amanda. Ubuntu forever.
Ubuntu forever. Yes, I love
Ubuntu
Ubuntu.
forever.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
And JL Empire is here. Wow. I must say, eh? I love who I'm seeing. Who I'm seeing. Amanda Ananimada. Say Ananimada, Amanda. Say
An
Ananimada.
anima. Oh, say it again.
Not Animalia. Ananimada.
Animada. What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if my translation will be good. Kumada is like killing, like you're just slaying. In short,
Yeah.
JL Empire is saying you're hot.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So una mother. JL Empire. Yes, you can slide through the DM, pale Instagram and Facebook. By the way, Amanda is the only person you'll see a celebrity. You are as a celeb who will not blue tick you. Who will not
Oh,
blue tick you?
never, never,
Yeah,
never.
she'll see the comment and of course she'll respond. So JL Empire, see you. I won't see you. Amanda will see you on our
No,
inbox
I
either on
can't
the
even see him. Look, he said my girlfriend is also tuned in to be inspired by Amanda, so he's taken.
Wow.
He's
So,
taken.
JL Empire, you're out of this, and
Yeah,
we are looking for more suitors from Kenya. Amanda,
we are,
possibly
we are,
you
we
come to
are.
Kenya officially, then we arrange for some traditional weddings, then we go to Zimbabwe.
Definitely, definitely, 100%.
Yes. So, Amanda,
Yeah.
back to your media story before we take other questions. How did you find yourself at? Have you been at first to Pi Radio in the UK?
How did I find myself? So actually, this is how the journey actually started. So people are gonna think this sounds so insane, but it's not. So I wrote down on my notebook. I don't even have it with me to show you guys. I would show you. I wrote down on my notebook, beginning of 2019. I said I want to do radio, and that's just something I just put in my notebook because I wrote every year. I do some goals of what I want to do and what I want to achieve. But I said I want to do radio. I don't know how I was gonna do it. I don't know what. And I said, God, I even spoke to God. I said, God, I don't know how, but we're gonna make it work because I'd always been in radio, I get invited to go speak at radio as a guest, I get interviewed. So I was like, no, I want to sit at the other end. I want to be the presenter. I want to be the one talking. So it must have been middle of 2019, and one of my guys, Vusa, was like, "Oh, Amanda, I'm about to start a show. You would be great as part of the team." I was like, "God, like this is crazy." And then that's how we built the team. So then it Vusa, then we added, and then Terry. So we all just literally came together as a three. So Vusa, Amanda, and Terry, and that's how we started Friday night with ATM. Once we started and kind of came up with our concept, we went to Pi Radio. Pi Radio is amazing. Shout out Pi Radio. Shout out Sparks as well. He's a really good friend of mine. He's part of the Pi Radio team, and Solomon as well. Shout out them. And then we got our training for Pi Radio as well. We did our radio training, and obviously we get training every couple of months as well. And that's how our journey started, and we just went from there. So, and since then we've just been building.
You've mentioned a very critical part that most people really don't consider. You are in health education, and you found yourself in media, and
Yeah,
there's a training that you must go through, and
yeah,
that's a positive thing that Pi Radio did for you. And I think if it's 2019, is that the time when you are to go to Jamaica? Jamaica. Did you make it to Jamaica?
yes, I did
Miss
make it to
Miss
Jamaica.
Global, Miss Global International in
Yes,
Jamaica. How
yes.
was it now that you are also a model? How was that experience? Farida Ali is
Oh my
here.
god.
Farida Ali is here and she
Hi,
was your roommate.
Farida! Oh my gosh, that's my sister. Hi, sis. Love you.
Yes, Farida Ali is watching from Mombasa. Actually, if it were not for Farida, I could have not gotten to you.
Oh my gosh, shout out Farida. She is the plug. I absolutely love her. She was my roomie in Tanzania. We literally slept side by side for a good 5 days. And yeah, she's
Amazing.
amazing.
And you did great while in Tanzania. And I know we'll be sharing more of your stories on our social media platforms. And so back to the question, how was it?
Oh, Jamaica is
Jamaica.
beautiful, guys. Jamaica, I didn't want to leave. Oh my gosh, they are the food, the weather, everything is just like you're in paradise. I thought, wow,
Wait, did
like
you did you see or did you use marijuana? It's legalized.
no, I did not.
with all this
No,
hype on Friday, with all this hype on Friday night, I guess some people like Peter George, who is just joining, might be interested to see. Did
yeah.
you did you at any point interact with the marijuana either on drinks or on cakes?
No, not and you're not even allowed to touch anything. Complete no. And you sign, you'll be like, you're not gonna touch any alcohol, no drugs. That is part of being a beauty queen anyway. So you weren't allowed to engage in any of that stuff anyway.
Ah, okay. So how was it, and how did you
It
get
was
yourself there, and what were the outcome?
so I got a phone call from one of the guys, a very top guy here in the UK. He deals with a lot of representation of people going to do things outside representing Zimbabwe. He gave me a call. I was like, Amanda, I know you do beauty pageants. I was like, yeah. He's like, would you like to represent Zimbabwe and Jamaica for a competition? This would be my first international competition. I was like, yes, okay, cool. And then, but by the time I was getting prepared, I was in Zimbabwe, so I had to do all my preparations, all my training when I was home in Zimbabwe. I came back to the UK, stayed a week, then I flew out to Jamaica again. It was all crazy, but it was worth it. So I went to represent Zimbabwe at Miss Global International. There was other African countries, other girls from worldwide as well. There was 20 of us. Yep, and it was a beauty pageant competition. Sadly, I didn't bring the crown home, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I think for me it's more about the experience. It's more that I can go to represent Zimbabwe. I think there was only about 3 African countries out of the 20 girls. So there was two, sorry. There was me, Zimbabwe, and there was South Africa. I'm not quite sure if there was another African country. Yeah, there was only 2 African countries out of the whole 20 other countries worldwide. So it's nice to represent Africa and put Africa on the map. And it was, again, nice to represent Zimbabwe. Amazing experience, you know, but beauty pageants there's a lot to it, guys. It's not just the hair and the makeup. You've got to know your stuff. You've got to know your knowledge. You've got to be aware of what's going on in the world.
And some might be wondering why did you decide to go to radio? And there are some will be asking, with all this beauty, you should be on television. That's the past. That's how we see it in our country. If you're
Yeah.
beautiful, you're not meant for you're not meant for radio. Sorry, Masi Mbone, if you're watching, I understand and we appreciate everyone. Of course, there is that aspect of beauty and presentation. Why did you decide to go to radio, not TV? Is it about
Um,
the is it about the available opportunities?
I think it's about available because I think I'm still waiting on the opportunity. I'd love to go into TV. It's something again I'm working towards. I'd love to be on TV again. I think I just want to be like I love the media side, but radio came first, and this is what God has blessed me with first. So yeah, definitely TV is something I'm hoping to do in the next couple of years. But for now, I love radio. I love just talking my stuff, playing music, just being in the studio with my guys. So yeah,
And you
definitely,
have fun as you jam on Friday night. We have comments from
definitely.
our viewers all over the country and all over the world. We have Oriwa Samuel Okech watching from Europe. Amanda say
Hey,
Amanda say Europe,
you're it.
not Europe. Say Europe.
You're
Say Europe.
you're up. Oh goodness.
Yes. That's from Kisumu City, Kisumu City. That's our Europe in Kenya.
Oh wow.
The city under the sun. That's Nairobi. Kevin Folt, Negaga, my guy. Thank you very
Oh
much. Tuned from
wow.
Cassette.
Hi guys.
Peter
Hello,
Georges,
hello.
Ndani. Yani Ndani. Ndani means Yani inside. Yes, you get? I'm tuned in. Yes. So
Oh, like you
Ndani.
tuned inside. Okay, okay.
Inside, yes. Betty Mutuku, thank you very much. Tuned in from Mombasa.
Hey Betty,
We have
hello.
Kevin Amuhaya, tuned in from Nairobi, Kenya, and quick recovery. That's one of our directors here at the Alternative Voice, and he got involved in a road accident, and we pray for him to
Oh
get well.
no. We wish you
Yes,
to get
thank
all
you
the
very much for
best,
tuning in.
definitely.
Magdalene Obat, wow. Thank you very much for being part of this great discussion. Patricia Andeso, Ayeko Tina following. Thank you very
Hello.
much, Tina. Patricia Andeso from Eldoret. Thank you very much. Guya Cleophas, I'm in my namesake. That's my namesake and a
Oh
great guy.
no.
Yes, in the ministry of, yes, is it foreign affairs or internal security? Thank you very much. Mimi Bree, Kisumu is tuned in. That's another lady from Europe. enjoying the.
Hello, Mimi.
Yes, meeting Amanda Ngcono from the actual Europe. Yes, in from the UK. We have Nicholas Frimpong Omondi. Is he in Boston? Yes, locked and following as well from Boston. Yes, that's a great
Hello.
footballer. Very soon you'll be watching him on in Manchester United Academy.
Amazing, amazing. We'd like to
How
see it.
close? How close are you to Old Trafford?
About 20 minutes drive.
Okay, so tomorrow go represent the alternative voice as we skin Burnley FC tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'll go with the flag and represent you guys, just waving the flag
please,
everywhere.
please get a Kenyan flag and go there as you maintain the social distancing. I remember
Definitely.
you just had your lockdown lifted. Is it a day ago or hours?
Beginning of the week. Beginning of the week. So they have opened stuff slowly. So you can now open the shops. You now can go out and eat in restaurants outside. So they're opening up things slowly, very, very slowly. But it's been a
And
year.
that part of pandemic, it
Yeah.
makes me ask you. We have Babu Tendu. Babu Tendu is watching us from KCT, that's Kitengela in Nairobi, and we have another person here called Frabe Junior watching from Kericho. Thank you very much for joining us. And on this talk, Amanda, I would like to know. We are in this pandemic and we are right at the middle of it as a country in Kenya. I don't know the
Yeah.
situation in the UK, but how has it interfered? How has it brought your academics down and work as well? I don't know how you're managing through this as a media personality. How has it affected you generally?
Oh, guys, this pandemic has literally changed the world from what we know as the normal that we used to know, and you could just easily go out and you'd be there and there and there. Everything has changed in the flash of our eyes. So for me, I found it really, really hard. Like I really did struggle with it in the first month when we went into lockdown. Because I'm a person, I'm always out 7 days of the week. There's probably one day I'm in my house if I'm not working. Not at school. I'm not at radio. I'm probably got a photo shoot. I've probably got a meeting. I'm probably meeting with my friends. I'm doing something. I'm traveling. I'm probably somewhere else in the world. So when the pandemic came, it was just literally like everything had to be like inside. We're in lockdown, and we've been in lockdown 3 times here in the UK. We've gone into national lockdown 3 times. So it was just really a lot, especially as someone who's into media. Jumping from studio to photo shoots to everything, and having to kind of be like at home and do everything from home and even school, uni. I haven't been to uni from since last year. I haven't been face to face in lectures. So that again put a strain on me, and I'm in my final year of my degree, and just having the concentration levels when people outside, people are literally passing away through this virus. People, your loved ones are going, your friends of your friends are going. You see in the statistics of the numbers just keep increasing. So I don't know, this pandemic is literally, I know, especially for creative and people in media and people in kind of this kind of department, entertainment, it's had such a big strain on us. Definitely, definitely.
And I know when it happened, it gave you an opportunity to maximize other platforms because traditionally other media houses really concentrated on the terrestrial broadcasting to mean you're just there on TV and either you're on radio and you broadcast to those people using the airwaves that you are not exploiting to the maximum the online
Yeah,
platforms. I think in the media industry, also where I am, we embraced the digital platforms more
yeah.
during this pandemic. And so we are 43 minutes into this broadcast and 46 minutes past 8 p.m. That's East Africa time. And 46 minutes past 6 p.m. GMT. And Amanda, you've said other than work and being in radio and being in school in the uni, which work do you do specifically now that you are a student? We've had guests here from Canada, those in the US, in Nigeria. There are those people who are doing other tasks, other work apart from their main source. So which one is part-time, which one is full-time? And which kind of work are you engaged in
So
other
I
than
talk
media?
about rather than media. So there's the media, there's the foundation, there's the modeling. What else? There's that, and then there's also the mental health. I work with children. mental health services as well. I work in children's services as well. So I do a bit of that, and yeah, that's everything I think in a nutshell. I feel like it's not a lot, but I still feel like it's got some more to add. I don't know what, but I'm still looking to add some more stuff into my life.
Great, great. Amanda, born in Bulawayo. Did I get it right? Bulawayo
100,
in
yes,
Zimbabwe.
you did. Yep.
Yes. There's a young girl who will be watching this video 10 years from now,
Yeah.
5 years from now, 1 year from now, or even months from now, or even hours after this broadcast.
Yeah.
There are those people who are really challenged back at home, and they really want to make it. There are those people who are seriously going through hell just to get to Europe. If you
Yeah.
watch news, there are those people trying to cross Mediterranean right at the turn of that
Yeah.
ship, that large ship. They're just hiding
Mm.
there so that they can get to Europe. I don't know your perspective. I don't know if you could have been in the same place where you are now, right? That you are in Zimbabwe. There are those ladies, young girls, and even men who are watching this video tonight. I want you to pass your message to them. Is
Yeah.
it possible to prosper where you are? Which mentality should you have?
So to anyone that's watching this, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or even a couple hours from now, I just want to give you the message of that you keep going, no matter how tough. And if you want to give up, there's days that I want to give up, and there's days I just literally just stay in bed and cry, or just stay in bed. I don't want to get out of bed. And my mindset is always that's temporary. Like I'll stay in bed for a day or two, but I'm up again. I'm going because I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on the dream. I'm not giving up on the goal. I mentioned something earlier that we all have a purpose, and we might not be able to know what it is, but in due course, you will find your purpose. You will find what you exactly are put on this earth to do, because we're all put on this earth for a special reason. We're all beautifully and wonderfully made in the creation of God. So my thing is that, don't ever give up. The world and the society and the world we live in right now makes us want to, it puts a lot of pressure on us to live a certain lifestyle, to have certain things, and to be up there all the time. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. That's not okay. It doesn't make you less of a person. You are still amazing. You are still glowing. You are still wonderful. Just don't stop. Keep going, no matter your circumstances. Because I always like to appreciate that every person's circumstance is different wherever you are in the world. No matter if it's your disadvantage, if you've got money, if you haven't got money, if you're not working, if you're working, don't give up. Your time is coming. You've just got to be patient. You've just got to keep going. You've got to keep pushing through it. And once we start giving up, then the whole world gives up. If everyone gave up, then what type of world would we live in? And so I encourage the fellow youth of not to keep the fire burning, and also to keep the fire burning of not just for yourself, but to keep the fire burning for Africa, especially. We are the future generation of Africa. We are the next leaders. We are the next generation of MPs, of presidents, of doctors, of media personalities, of
Hallelujah.
radio. I say we are literally the next generation of that. So keep going, keep pushing through, keep burning that light, and keep fighting, because we're gonna make it. I'm positive that we're gonna make it, but it takes determination. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of passion, and it takes a lot of teamwork. We can't do it on our own. I can't do it on my own. You can't do it on our own. But if we work together, it's very much possible. Our sky's our limit. Never be scared to dream. Dream big. Your situation is not where you're gonna end up. You're not always determined of where you're gonna end up. I don't know. I never knew I'd be here in the UK doing this. I didn't know whether if I was in Zimbabwe, would it be a different story? I don't know. But my thing is that I'm always pushing and encouraging others to keep going. Your circumstances do not define the person you are. You know what I mean? So, keep shining the light and just keep going.
Wow.
You've got
And
this.
pass the baton whenever necessary. Be patient. Your time is coming.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, we are almost coming to the end of
Oh,
the session tonight, and we have two wheeler diaries on YouTube is saying wow, and is inspired. That's the main
thank
aim of
you.
this discussion every Saturday night, and we are here as the alternative voice, just to inspire you, to ensure that you learn something at the end of the day from a story of a real person. And the real person that we've had tonight is Amanda. And Amanda, given a chance to talk to a boy child,
Yeah.
a boy child,
Hmm.
specifically a boy child. Your foundation deals with empowering women and girls.
Yeah.
What can you tell a boy child? Should they just fight for their spaces, or where should we go? Where should we go as
Mm.
a boy child? Because
So
the
our
saying,
foundation does deal with boy child as well, but yes, we do definitely deal with boy child. But so with the boy child, my message is that keep on going as well. You know, I feel like the society, especially as a young male, and especially as male, society puts a lot of pressure on you guys, and I understand that. You know, it puts a lot of pressure on you guys to be the breadwinner, to be the alpha male, to bring everything home. But I want to encourage to always look after yourself, always make sure that you're putting yourself first, and also your mental and physical health and your emotional health. Where I find that when I'm reading articles and statistics, a lot of males, especially when I'm reading African statistics as well, a lot of males struggle to go get help or ask for help, especially when it comes to mental health. That's why the rate of suicide is very high within males as well as males back home in Africa, because a lot of males struggle to go and ask for help. My message is don't be scared to ask for help. I would rather you guys go ask for help than you not ask for help and keep it in and feel like you've got to go do this. Sometimes the pressure of being a male is very hard, and I can understand that. So I would always say make sure that you're looking after yourself, you know, making sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people and you're making the right decisions that are going to impact your future for the better. You know, that you're not being too hard yourself, you're being kind to yourself as well as a male in the world of society. You know, the society puts male in such a difficult position, in such a position that they're pressurized to make sure they go get it, go get the money, whatever means necessary. Sometimes then means necessary means doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. So, you know, being careful of this of the people that you're letting into your life as well, and just keep going, and you know, making sure that you're kind to yourself and you're kind to everyone else around you as well.
great, great. Maria, I mean, of course, Mary, thank you very much. My circumstances don't
Until
define.
I
Thank you very much. And we have Junior Frashe. Yes, Junior, we have inspiring stories. Now I get. Thank you very much. And if you
thank
are
you.
returning to this channel, thank you very much. If you are new, kindly subscribe so that you can be able to follow more of this discussion and great sessions that we'll be having from next week going forward. Paul Kinudia inspired a lot. Thank you very much. And we have Edwin Ouma. Yes, our finance advisor here at the Alternative Voice. Yes, one of the brilliant minds that we have around as the guest sometime back. A very brilliant discourse. Today's show has lived up to its billing. Amanda, you've brought
Oh,
light.
amazing.
You,
Thank you, thank you, thank
you,
you.
you've brought light, and thank you very much, Amanda. And I would like you to give your parting shot as we bring this discussion to an end. We have Daniel Neetham. Wow, wonderful discussion. Uh, is in the UK as well. Yes,
Ah,
yes.
amazing. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Daniel,
much.
for tuning in.
Thank you very much, bro, for being here. And Amanda, take it home.
Yes, guys, thank you so much. Nyawonga. That means thank you in Ndebele, by the way. So when I'm saying
Niyabonga.
Nyawonga, yes, Nyawonga Rakulu so much for allowing me to come onto your amazing platform and sharing my story. I can't wait. When I'm coming to Kenya, you'll be the first to know. I'll be ringing you, and hopefully I'll be there at some point this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But I'm so glad I've been able to share my story and come and tell you guys. To everyone that's tuned in, thank you so much. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your love. And I'm hoping to, guys, hopefully, guys, maybe meet you guys one day and we have another face-to-face discussion. And your platform is very much needed. Keep shining the light for us Africans worldwide. We'll keep following you. We'll keep supporting you. And that's it from me. And all my love, all my blessings. I'm always, like I said, I'm always in the DMs. If you want to DM me, if you've got a question, you've got an inquiry, if you even just want to talk, you just want someone to talk to, I'm always just a message away. Just drop me a message. I'll be happy to reply.
Amanda, how can our viewers get to you after this show on social media platforms?
Social media. So Facebook is Amanda Ngcono. Uh, Instagram is Amanda underscore Ngcono. Twitter, Amanda underscore Ngcono. I think that's everything I'm thinking of. Yeah. And my foundations page, Ngcono Mbwani Foundation. The radio's page is Friday night with ATM. I think that's all the pages. Pi Radio UK, also follow them as well. You could be seeing other shows as well that they also have in the UK. And that's everything. That's everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Amanda Ngcono, our guest tonight. And if you've joined us in this live discussion, thank you. Thank you very much for sparing your bundles if you're not using Wi-Fi where you are. Thank you very much for sparing your MBs to be here and watch our shows every Saturday night. And so if you want to hear more of Amanda and to check radio sessions, you can go to Instagram and follow Amanda Ngcono. Is it
Yes,
Ngcono?
no, yes, yes, yes,
No,
no.
yes. And
That's it.
so follow her and you'll be able to watch and even tune in their Friday night shows with the ATM. That's the Friday night with ATM. What's the time for the show?
Right. The time is 7 to 9 p.m. Yes, 7 to 9
7 to
GMT.
9,
Yes.
7 to 9 p.m. That's around, is it our 10 p.m. or
Yes, it will be
9?
10 p.m. Yeah. 7 9. No,
Yes,
9
yes,
p.m. 9 p.m. Sorry. 9 to it will be 9 till 11 your time.
9 to 11. So thank you very much. You can always tune in and check the amazing stories and good music. Good music, that is.
Yes,
Thank you very much,
definitely.
Amanda. And as the alternative voice, we are looking forward to your visit in Kenya. And we promise we'll bring this discussion live on
Amazing.
ground and not
Perfect.
through this platform that we are having. So thank you very much for your time tonight. And thank you, viewers, for this great session. Till next
Yeah.
time, keep it the alternative voice. And remember, every Thursday, we bring you the trending topics in our country and across the borders by one amazing host, KK Cedric, at the alternative voice every Thursday at 8 p.m. And that's East Africa time. Peter Georges, Cleophas, why do I feel like you really enjoying pronouncing a second name in second name in
He is,
Swahili?
he is.
What's your second name? What's your second
uh,
name, Amanda, before we close?
Ngcono.
Is it
I mean, so it's no, it's Amanda Ngcono Nkomo. Nkomo.
Amanda Ngcono
Nkomo.
Nkomo?
Yes.
Yes. I'll tell you the meaning of the second name, Ngono,
What
now
does it mean?
in Kenya in Swahili. And we'll have that call with Farida Ali so that you can get the real meaning of it. Easy. Peter Georges, thank you very much for being part of this discussion, plus all other viewers. Till next time, keep it the alternative voice. I've been your host, Cleophas Oloch.